Good morning, welcome back to Slay the Spire. I am Isaac. We are climbing ascensions with Watcher. We beat 17 yesterday, so now I have to do 18. I don't remember exactly what changes about elites, but I remember that Lagavulin's debuff goes down to 2 strength, which is pretty brutal. Yeah. Should be fun. Let's see what we got. Just sending a message to the stream with a picture of a cat. Did it do it? I'm not sure why that didn't work. It did not appear to work. Alright, well, I'll just do it myself. Okay, so we can choose a card to obtain. We can take max HP of 6. We can choose a rare card by losing some health, losing max health. Or we can do our old standby of trading in pure water for a random boss relic. Choosing a card's pretty good. It's basically just gets you an extra monster fight, or hallway fight reward, but without the gold. So that's neat. Max HP plus 6 is good. It's like finding a strawberry. Choosing a rare card is actually pretty good. The Watcher rare cards are not bad. Let me take a look at those really quick, just to figure out exactly what I think. Okay, so there are 1, 2. I guess let's do a spreadsheet. Switching over to spreadsheet mode. I'm gonna make a shortcut for my Watcher thing. That's what we're gonna do right now. So I'm gonna put that in bookmark bar. Let's delete all these and rate all of the rares for how good they are at the beginning of the run. Wish is a 5, obviously. Being able to wish for gold is super good. It's a little bit inconvenient that it takes 3 mana, and at the beginning of the run you don't have 3 mana. But whatever. Vault is super good. You only use it when it's good, and it's good all the time. Basically, no downside to picking Vault. Spirit Shield is okay later. It's pretty bad against Act 1 elites, so I'm going to give it a 2. Scrawl is kind of the same story. It's a little bit better than Spirit Shield against Act 1 elites, specifically against sentries, because you can draw a whole bunch of dazes and get rid of them. Lessons Learned is among the best options for getting right away, because you can get basically your whole deck upgraded. So I give that a 5. Judgment is terrible. It's probably at its zenith at the beginning of Act 1, because most enemies have 30 or less HP. So it's a 1 mana, really high damage card. But it's pretty garbage for the rest of the time, so I'll give it a 2. You can use it for like finishing off sentries and stuff. So I'm going to go back and give it 3. It's something. Ragnarok is pretty good in Act 1. It's basically enough damage to carry you through fights or finish them off. So I'll give that a 4. It's kind of a weak card later. Omniscience is great, but totally unplayable in Act 1 unless you upgrade it. And even when you upgrade it, you don't really have anything that you want to play twice and then exhaust. It's kind of a combo card. However, having an Omniscience on floor 1 is still good because you know exactly what your deck is doing. You're finding a Diva form or something, and Omnisciencing it. So I'll give it a 3. Master Reality is a pretty terrible card in general, although we do keep finding synergy cards for it. It's good with both Deceive Reality and the other one that also starts with a Deceive that gives you a Smite. So I'll give Master Reality a 2. Blasphemy was our run-winning card last game, but it's really bad in Act 1. It saves you health sometimes, but most of the time it's just a skill that does nothing because you can't play it. So I'll give it a 2. Alpha is really good sometimes, but you really have to build around it. But getting it on floor 1 gives you an opportunity to build around it. So I'm going to give it a 5. It's really good. Establishment, super build around card, also just like super good card. And pretty much every run wants one, so I'll give it 5. Devotion is not good. You don't want it on floor 1, you don't want it later, you don't really want it at all. If you get it on floor 1, you can take more mantra stuff, and you know, I don't know, maybe you can make that into a deck. I never have, but so I'll give it a 1. Don't want it. Diva Form is really good. It tends to be just a curse in Act 1 though, because you never want to spend 3 mana doing nothing on your turn in Act 1. But it is really good for later, and usually we're going to survive Act 1 anyway, so I'll give it a 3. Deus Ex Machina is pretty nifty. It's since we get to keep our starting relic, if we do the choose a rare card, we would end up with 3 miracles. So we'd be at a very different place with mana than we usually are during Act 1. And we probably wouldn't be forced to choose a mana relic at the end of Act 1. And that being said, it doesn't do anything by itself, so you kind of have to rely on picking expensive cards to make it good. But you're getting it on floor 1, so you have time to do that. I'll give it a 3. Conjure Blade is amazing. Getting it super early, doubly so, because then you know that you can pick up energy stuff and strength scaling and chemical X if you see it. So I'll give it a 5. Brilliance is super good. It just does so much damage, and doing damage is really good against Act 1 elites. And then also, you know now that you can pick mantra stuff and have some sort of synergy, so I'll give that a 5. So average value is 3.5. However, when we look at it, basically the worst case scenario is there's 1/1 and there's like 2 2s. So if you get to choose, you get to choose from 3 things, and that outcome is really bad if you get the 1/1 and 2 2s. But there's only 3 2s. So the most likely outcome by far is that you're going to get, because like, okay, so the average value is 3.5, but the median value is like 5. There's like so many 5s, and then there's just some other stuff that's bringing the average down. And there are 3s, and you could end up with a run where you're only seeing, a 1 and 2 2s, but most likely you're going to see a 5 if you get to choose 3. All that being said, I do really like taking a boss relic. We've been doing this a lot, so we're going to do the choose a rare card just to try it out, see if it's good. We got Vault and Alpha we both rated as 5, so we kind of get to choose what we want the run to be. The last run did a ton of Vault stuff, and it was really good, but let's try Alpha this time. It's really expensive, but let's see, actually, who's our boss? Our boss is Automaton. Alpha's pretty good against Automaton. He's not super threatening in the first shuffle, as long as you like pick enough attacks to transform him. So I feel pretty fine taking Alpha against him. Alpha's not great against specifically Gremlin Knob, but neither is Vault. And we did just upgrade our elites, so we're going to be a little bit wary of doing things that are bad against Gremlin Knob. But, lots of things are bad against Gremlin Knob. Alpha is not your plan for Act 1, it's your plan for Act 3, so let's pick it and see what we can do. Oh yeah, I got to switch OBS back. Okay. And I gotta move my window so that I can see chat. Alright, so what route are we taking? There's a Fire Elite Fire here. There's, but if we do that, we have a Forced Fire Elite. Or I should come up with a different name because these are Fires and these are Elites, so this makes it sound like it's one of these and one of those. But Mega Elite, Super Elite, whatever. You could get 3 Elites in a row if you go this way. And that's the only way you're getting 3 Elites, unfortunately. Unless you want one of them to be a Mega Elite. So I guess we're doing this. We can't cancel out after... Oh, after this one, if we decide we're in bad shape, we can heal and then do another one, or we can just try and escape. We're probably not going to be in bad shape after one. I don't know if we're going to want to do all three, but there's a really great off-ramp here where we just take a fire instead of noit. We want to do about 3 fights before the first one. 2 question marks probably has a fight in it, so we're going to go this way because we want to avoid this shop. And we don't want to get super locked in. Although, actually, this route is the same as this one and just has more options, so we're going to do this one because it's strictly better. Alright, we are taking minimum 7 from this, so we'll take exactly 7. We could miracle out a strike, but I don't think I'm convinced to do so. We can't do a ton of damage this turn, and we're not guaranteed to be able to get out of Wrath next turn, so I don't want to enter it. So we're gonna Alpha and enter Calm. We could shuffle Omega and then most likely draw it next turn. John Worm's really hitting us quite hard here. We could block for 13 and take 4. If we play Beta, we are taking 12, which seems like a lot. So I don't think we're going to take 12. Although we can Beta double block and take 7. That's probably a pretty reasonable middle ground, because the most likely outcome is that we would take 7 from the whole fight. And Jawworm does still have quite a bit of health left. Another plan we could do is we could Vigilance double defend with the Miracle, but then we're not doing any damage, and we're not guaranteed to draw damage next turn. Although, we are likely to draw Eruption double strike, which is lethal. So yeah, let's take the optimistic approach and try to take 0 damage from the fight. And we did. Okay, yeah, that was definitely the best. Oh gosh. I am restarting the fight because I did the math wrong. Okay, doing everything the same, except not derping later. Actually, since I said out loud that my out was Eruption Double Strike, and then that wasn't enough damage, I think maybe I should play Beta this turn instead of... because Eruption Triple Strike is way less likely, and it is actually the only out. But whatever. I'll take 0 here. It's a reasonable choice either way. So we're going to double defend and strike. Take 2. So at this point, Beta almost certainly would have been better. So now we're going to Eruption Strike and Beta. So now either Omega or Strike is now next turn. Actually, I guess 1 strike wasn't an out, but 2 strikes is. Okay. Well, that was kind of a disastrous fight. Didn't go well. We can Third Eye if we want to really commit to the Alpha plan. Third Eye lets us sort of control our shuffles a little bit. And that's really good for making sure that you draw Beta at the right time and, you know, hopefully getting Omega on the first shuffle. Eventually we'll upgrade Alpha to be innate, so that we're able to do it on the first turn. And then we can do stuff like play Alpha and then immediately Third Eye, so that we have a good chance of Betaing on the second turn. Third Eye is also good just because we want to block on the turn that we Beta. And Third Eye is a really efficient block card. So let's go ahead and take it. I don't know if it's a good idea, but we're doing it. We don't have an opportunity. We do have an opportunity to go to a shop later, so we could take the money. And I did a bunch of math about this before and came out with that this was a good option. It was in the context of a wish card. So if you had wish, you're basically saying, instead of choosing the plated armor option when it would gain you 6 health, you were choosing the gold option twice, which you want to choose the gold option, even if the plated armor option is only going to save you 6 health. Like, so we're gonna fight this elite here. Okay, so we're definitely going to enter Vigilance and Strike here. It's not really any option, that's just the whole play. So we can't kill him, but we can guarantee ourselves alpha for next turn. So we have 2 strikes on top. Each strike does 12, that's 36, plus 9 is 45, so we're off by 2, and we would need to draw an additional strike next turn. It's not super unlikely, but it's not super likely either. So we're going to Third Eye and get rid of both strikes so that we're sure we're able to block next turn. And then I guess we're going to set up Alpha. Yeah, so we're going to Alpha and Third Eye, and then get rid of everything that's not Beta. So we're guaranteed to draw Beta next turn now. And then we're going to defend. So we're going to draw Beta and defend next turn. Or I guess we can Miracle out Vigilance next turn. We're going to take some damage for sure. So we can take 8 damage this fight. I think that's the best we can do. And that's fine. It's not a bad outcome. Yeah, Omega is pretty awkward for Act 1. Because you just don't have this stuff online yet. Protect is great. Eventually we're going to be 4 energy, most likely. So Protect helps us survive through the turn where we have to Beta. Presumably we're winning the fight on the turn we Omega. That presumption is less true in Act 3, but it's true enough right now. I'm going to take a quick break, be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, Protect helps us set up beta and defend ourselves. It also helps us set up alpha, I guess. And it's just a good card. It is a little bit dangerous to take 2 defensive cards before we take any offensive cards, going into our first elite. But we've got one big old offensive card in alpha, so basically we're just hoping it's not Gremlin Nub. We got an early shop, earlier than intended. So that's interesting. Orichalcum goes a long way against Gremlin Nub, because you're not allowed to block him, so it's always really awkward. And Orichalcum really helps you solve that problem. It's also really good against sentries. Orichalcum is a real hero in Act 1. Other options here are Conclude. Conclude's super great. You pretty much always want at least one source of AoE. Nirvana's really great. Scry is already good with Alpha, and we've already picked a source of Scry, so being able to Scry to get blocked is very powerful. Additionally, against Gremlin Nub, we theoretically could Scry to gain block without using a skill. In reality, that's not really a possibility since our only source of Scry is on a skill. But Nirvana is still a really good card. So we can pick both Conclude and Nirvana, or we can pick Orichalcum. Seems like, to me, are the options. We do actually already have a source of AoE, which is Alpha, or Omega, rather. So we don't really need Conclude, but Conclude is much faster than Omega. There's sort of a 6-fold difference in cost and a sort of a 4-fold difference in damage as well. If you consider that Omega is likely to only take once. Obviously, once Omega is developed, the damage outstrips Conclude pretty much instantly. But while we're thinking about how to develop it, we could also take Dolly's Mirror for a Protect and just really lean into hoping that it's not Gremlin Nub, but that seems kind of foolish. So Conclude is best against sentries. Nirvana is sort of a speculative build-around. And Orichalcum is good against both sentries and Gremlin Nub. We're definitely most afraid of Gremlin Nub because we don't have the damage. Lagavulin kind of a joke because we can basically set up Omega while he's asleep. And that's just, silly powerful. So we don't need to worry about Lagavulin at all. Sentries kind of likewise. They're going to poke us for, probably 8 damage or so on particularly the second turn, because we're not going to be able to kill one of the sentries on turn 1 and 2. But then Omega's going to come online before the second round of double attacks. So we don't really need Conclude for that fight. Nirvana is the best card long term. Is there an alternative? Can we Nirvana and something else? We could Nirvana and card remove a strike. Card removing a strike is, I think, a bridge too far against Gremlin Nub, though. That really puts us in a very poor position where we just have to tank a lot of damage, and we probably would die. I don't know, we're at 38, so we can take his, his 1 turn of big attack. Jeez. Yeah, I think we need to Orichalcum to beat Gremlin Nub, but I want to pick Nirvana. But I think we have to pick Orichalcum. So there we go. Orichalcum. We're not going to do a second shop, obviously. We can heal for 20 here, which I think is definitely the right choice, because we probably want to fight 3 elites here. So this is kind of just like a bonus campfire. It's very helpful. Okay, it's Lagavulin, so we are in good shape. We didn't find Alpha right away, So that's kind of unfortunate. Is it worth Swiftpot? Swiftpot draws alpha half the time. And if it doesn't draw alpha, it puts us in calm, most likely. Or draws protect. I'm going to do it. Swiftpot is one of the worst potions, so you don't need to get a ton out of it for it to be good. We could miracle out Vigilance just to be in calm. I don't think that's worth it. Unfortunately, we are shuffling next turn, so we don't get to put Omega into the first shuffle. But the deck's pretty small still, so it's not too bad. Okay, so we've developed Beta, and I think that's all we can hope to do this turn. And we drew Protect, so that's nice. We did not draw Eruption, but we're guaranteed to next turn. Let's go ahead and Third Eye so that we can get Ascender's Bane out of the way. It's kind of unfortunate. We're going to have to develop Omega while he is attacking us. So yeah, let's get rid of all three of these. I guess we'll keep the... No, it doesn't matter what we keep. Because we're spending all 3 mana on Omega. You know what, I should have kept it Defend, because we can Omega Miracle Defend. Oh, that's fine. We'll probably draw one. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we're definitely going to develop Omega, and I think we are going to Miracle Defend. Hopefully this 15 damage should be the only damage we take in the fight, because we have Protect for next turn. It does look like we're going to take... Oh no, we can do 15, so we win. Well, that was about the worst case scenario for draw, so I said that Lagavulin was kind of a joke. Ended up doing a little bit of damage to us, so that's a little bit disappointing. Brilliance is quite good. Just if the only thing Brilliance does in the whole run is do 12 damage to Gremlin Knob, I'm pretty happy I pick it. Bowling Bash is kind of a solution to Sentries, but we have a solution to Sentries that's Omega. So I think we're going to pick Brilliance here. Calipers is total garbage also, which is unfortunate. I think we are going to Smith up Alpha. We need to, especially against Gremlin Knob, get that developed turn 1 so that he's not getting the first strength proc from it. There's also an argument you could make for Protect, but I think Alpha Plus is better. We picked up Calipers. Calipers is not good. It is possible that we get some use out of it, but pretty unlikely. So we can Third Eye and look for Beta. And then we can block out. And keep Protect. So we might actually be able to take a 0 in this fight. Okay, so we got Beta, so we're going to Beta Miracle Protect and take 8. And that wins the fight. Sentries. Yeah, Alpha's a really... Ooh, wow, meat on the bone is great. We're in really good shape. Collect is pretty decent. Since Alpha, Beta, Omega costs 6 mana total, we do struggle a little bit to keep mana up, especially since we're on 3 mana. And it's really nice to have, you know, a Miracle Plus in your hand on the Omega turn, or on the Beta turn, more like. But I don't know if we actually have... I don't know. I don't know if it's actually helpful, you know? So the next fight is either Lagavulin again, which would be really nice, or Gremlin Knob, which we're afraid of. Collect is bad against Gremlin Knob, so we probably shouldn't pick it. Importantly, Gremlin Knob has more than 50 health. I think he has like 68 or something, so we're going to have to land some strikes. We could also take Battle Hymn now. I'm not really sure. So we picked a lot of defensive cards. We picked Third Eye and Protect first. it would help us to get our damage back up to where it should be. But it's kind of it's a mana hungry deck, right? Because we're trying to get through that beta turn. So I don't know if we really need to like try and stuff more, because battle him basically eats 1 mana per turn. Right? You're kind of like a 2 energy deck that does damage every turn if you take battle him, and you don't have establishment, which we can't count on getting because it's a rare. Yeah, I think we're more focused on things that block for us than any of these. Collect is, I think, the best option because of the, hopefully turn 2 beta synergy. But I don't think we need to do it. So we're going to skip. Horncleat is great, and it's really good against Gremlin Knob, and Gremlin Knob is the hardest enemy. So hopefully, we don't fight Gremlin Knob, but yeah, great. Agamot's our favorite, so alpha, and we get to go into Calm for free. Hopefully we draw beta this turn. We didn't. We could poke him a little bit, but we don't want to poke him. It's stupid. Okay. We didn't get either beta or third eye on the second turn, so there was a chance that we didn't draw beta in the first shuffle, which would have been really unfortunate. We can third eye to get rid of the strike. Which I guess we'll do because we can, but it doesn't really have any play. Okay, he's up. So we're gonna block for 15, or for 5 and take 15, and then hopefully that's the only damage we take. Oh hey, Meat on the Bone flashes now when it's active. That's really helpful. We can block for. Oh wait, we don't have to block because we can kill him. Okay, Toxic Egg. That's pretty good. We have 2 artifact potions too. That's like bizarre. Cut Through Fate is super good. It scries and helps us find beta. It does a little bit of damage so that we can win these hallway fights a little bit easier. It's just an all-around really great card. It's a little bit mana expensive, right? Because it costs 1 and it draws a card, so you need an additional mana on a turn you play Cut Through Fate. But it's so good that I'll just pick it. You want 1 copy of it, right? Okay. They are not attacking, so I will. There's a little play here where I could alpha and then Cut Through Fate and then miracle out beta and get beta on the first turn. And theoretically, get omega on the second turn, which is pretty wild. I didn't get that, so I'll get rid of 1 of the strikes, and then strike down the acid slime. I could have actually gotten that if I mulligan both. It's possible that beta's on top of the deck right now, but it was on top of the deck. Horncleat is blocking for us. And omega. Boop. We've been super lucky with potions, so I guess we have to figure out what we're doing with that. There's some Dancey stuff here. That's not really what we're trying to do. We could pick Consecrate for a cheap AoE, but we've got Omega, so I think we're rolling with that. Yeah, I don't think we want either of these. We don't really want more attacks against Automaton because he hurts us, so we're going to skip these. Do we... How do we take this Power Pot? I guess Power Pot is way better than Artifact Pot against Automaton, so I guess I'll just discard an Artifact Potion. It's a pretty dangerous fight. And we don't have any block on the first turn. So maybe we should power pot just to look for something that blocks. Does anything block? Like water kind of does, but not in this situation. Technically, Mental Fortress blocks in this situation, but it would make me take more damage than not. So I think we're going to Alpha and Cut Through Fate and look for some block. Or Beta, you know. I'll take Third Eye for sure. And there's Beta for next turn. Yeah, so we want to get rid of these 2 defends so that after we Beta, we have the highest chance of being able to Omega the following turn. Taking 4 damage is kind of okay. It's going to put us in Meat on the Bone range. It looks like we're going to protect here. Oh wait, we're blocking for 14 already. Yeah, we might as well protect because we're going to Omega next turn. So we get to actually block out this turn, which is pretty crazy. Alright, good fight. Bam. Third Eye plus. Oh yeah, everything's gonna be plus because Toxic Egg, so we gotta adjust my my level a little bit. Can't just get super excited about every upgraded skill. But Third Eye plus is great, and it helps me survive the beta turn, and it's really good against Automaton. I feel like I'm pretty fine taking 2 Third Eyes, and maybe we pick up a Weave or a whatever that power is that was at the shop a long time ago. Later, that gives you armor per scribe. We are really good at hallway fights because we have Meat on the Bone and Toxic Egg. So I think we want a hallway fight more than we want a question mark right now. Whew, this is quite the hallway fight. Yeah, you would never walk into this one with your eyes open, but here we are. So I guess we'll try and do the best we can. We got Beta next turn. We definitely don't want to do Eruption, and I think we're not trying to win the fight with damage. We're trying to win the fight with Omega, so let's plan on doing that. I will take Miracle to get 5 block here, because it matters. Okay, so they are attacking for 26. And I want to end the fight at 31, ideally. I want to end the fight at 31, which means I need to take 8 damage. They're attacking for 26, so I'm currently taking 12 damage. So if I defend, then I go from taking 12 to taking 7 damage, which is really awkward. So I'm guaranteed to win the fight next turn if I Third Eye. I'm actually not guaranteed to win if I don't Third Eye. So I think I'm gonna... This is tricky, because I can't really weave the middle here very well, because either I'm playing Omega or I'm not, and if I play Omega, I definitely win the fight. I can't, like, kill 4 of the slimes and spare the other 2 so that I take the perfect amount of damage. Honestly, like, if we're between 31 and 43 at the end of the fight, we're pretty happy, because that's the Meat on the Bone range. So we can only heal for 3 health, best case scenario, in this fight. So we might as well just block out this turn. Or I guess we're not blocking now, but we're close to it. We're actually not drawing Omega here. But if we mulligan 2 of these cards, then we will. So we just mulligan 2 strikes or something. I guess I'll just mulligan all of them just to make absolutely sure. But it shouldn't matter. Alright, so the max we could possibly heal in this fight is up to 42, so that would be 6 health. And we would do that by going to exactly 31. Or I guess we can heal to 43, which is 7 health. So we would need to take 5 damage. They're attacking for 18, and I could block for 12, which would make me take 6. But then I have no guarantee that I'm able to end the fight very easily after that, so I'm going to end the fight now. Swivel is pretty decent. Just it blocks for a bunch, and we need that. I mean, we have a ton of block, but it doesn't stop Swivel from being good. It helps us cut through Fate. The other things are attacks. Foreign Influence plus is significantly better than regular Foreign Influence, so there's something to be said for that. There's also something to be said for skipping, because we're guaranteed to get alpha on turn 1, and the more cards we take, the less likely we are to get beta on turn 2. And we really do want to get beta on turn 2 because we have Horn Cleat. So we want specifically turn 2 and not like during the first shuffle. You know, the more cards we take, the more likely we are to get Omega during the first shuffle, because the more control we have over our draws. But if we take cards like Swivel, then we draw cards like Swivel instead of beta on turn 2. And we want to draw beta on turn 2 because we already have enough block on turn 2. But, you know, Slight Spire doesn't really work like that, right? Like, you draw, you know, okay, so the deck is going to be 17 cards, right? It's currently 17 cards at least. So we'll draw 5 of those, and there will be 12 cards in the discard pile, or in the draw pile. We're going to beta, and then there's 13 cards in the draw pile. And we just can't guarantee that, right? There would have to be a 10-card deck in order to guarantee it, which would be neat. Or we'd have to be a 9-card deck actually, because then there'd be 4 cards in the draw pile, and you'd add beta to make it the 5th one. If we could remove all the strikes and all the defense, then we could do. We would be a 9-card deck. It would be exactly 9 cards with these current ones. We don't need to be exactly 9 cards because we do have 2 copies of Third Eye and 1 copy of Cut Through Fate. So we have, on average, we're sort of cutting at least 3 cards out on turn 2, but or on turn 1 we can be cutting 3 cards out when we alongside alpha. So that means that we could be, instead of a 9-card deck, a 12-card deck. But we're a 17-card deck currently. Yeah, I guess Swivel is not good enough, right? We've got a high enough density of good block cards already that adding Swivel just means that sometimes we don't draw beta. So I guess we're going to pass on it. And because we'll see more good block cards. We've got Toxic Egg, we've got time. We're going to beat Automaton really easily. We don't need to panic. Okay, so here's the prophesized alpha plus Third Eye turn that we've been optimizing for. Do we leave a second Third Eye here? I think we do. We could have miracled out Calm Mode there, but we don't really get any benefit out of Calm Mode, so. So if we Third Eye Cut Through Fate, we are guaranteed to get beta here. So let's do that. Okay, we found beta. We have to get rid of these 2, and we can get rid of these 2. Oh wait, yeah, we can. Okay, so then we'll Cut Through Fate and then Miracle beta. And Omega's the only card in the draw pile. So that turn, okay. So if this this fight has shown me a new path through the deck. So we've got a 17-card deck, but during the first shuffle, we are playing Alpha, Beta, both Third Eyes, and Cut Through Fate. And that's pretty much exactly burning through the deck. So we're actually very sensitive to staying at pretty much exactly 17 cards here, and trying to play exactly that line in every fight. So we're trying to Alpha and spend 2 mana on either Cut Through Fate or Third Eye on the first turn. And on the second turn, we're trying to spend 2 mana on Cut Through Fate / Third Eye, 2 mana on Beta, and then on the third turn, we're trying to Omega and win the fight. Obviously, that second turn included the miracle. Okay, we have Fire Pot. We don't really need Fire Pot, but it is pretty helpful. We didn't actually pick up very much damage, so we're going to have trouble transforming Automaton. It's fine that we can't transform him, because he's going to attack us on turn 2, which is the Horn Cleat turn. And we have tons of block, so we're probably going to be able to block out. But Fire Pot does help us transform him. But I don't think we really need that. I think I'd rather just hold on to an Artifact Potion. Let's see, so what are we doing with the Artifact Potion in Act 2? Well, maybe we're finding a Speed Potion, and we're getting rid of the Dexterity loss. Or maybe we are getting rid of the Cultist debuff or something. Yeah, I think Fire Potion just doesn't really do the things we want it to do. Empty Mind Plus draws 3 cards. I was thinking that the next card we put in the deck would be another Cut Through Fate. But Empty Mind Plus is pretty much the same as Cut Through Fate, in that on turn 1 you can Alpha Empty Mind Beta. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take Empty Mind. Yeah, the more cards like Empty Mind, Cut Through Fate we take, the more cards we can add to the deck. Let's see, is it actually good though? Because it exits our stance. Presumably that stance is Calm, and then Empty Mind is sort of free. So if we take like Inner Peace later, and we get to like Inner Peace Empty Mind to, turn 2 cards into 3 cards for 0 mana. And then Calm is also good at just drawing cards. I don't know, it kind of depends on what our boss relic is. So maybe we don't take Empty Mind, because we're sort of good enough now without it. And then we let ourselves make that decision later with more information. It's really tempting to just take every skill once you get Toxic Egg. Especially since I was taking lots of skills before. But it is valuable to have the deck thin. It worked really well in this fight, so we're going to leave it alone. I think we can afford smithing here. I think we probably want to get Protect Plus. He does hit us for 20. I guess you could do Third Eye Plus as well. Cut Through Fate Plus, theoretically. Cut Through Fate is a little bit hard to play, since he sometimes he has damage return. But I think Protect Plus is the most obvious pick. Right, so we are going to Alpha and Third Eye. And get rid of these 2. We're going to keep Cut Through Fate, because it does damage to maybe transform him, and it looks for Omega really efficient. I guess we should Power Pot as well. It's possible the Power Pot finds us fasting, and then we get to Artifact Potion away the fasting debuff. We would have missed a little bit of damage if that's the case. We probably want Nirvana. We do Scry a lot, so let's do that. Alright, so we need to block for 22 to lock him out. And we can block for 18. Although Cut Through Fate also blocks for 3, so... unfortunately, with Cut Through Fate, we can draw Beta, and we don't want to draw Beta right now. Because he's attacking for a bunch, and we would rather block all of his attacks than play Beta right now. We're going to have a good chance of drawing Beta next turn, so I think we're just going to leave it alone. Block for a bunch, take a little bit of damage, which is fine. Okay, we did not draw Beta. So that's the worst case scenario, which can't happen. So we don't need to Third Eye because we know this card is Beta. I guess we'll just hit him for not enough. Wow, we are in trouble. I guess we could have used Artifact Potion. I've never even seen that attack from him. I don't even know what it does. So we're blocking for 5, and he's hitting for 28. I think if we just don't get beta, though, we just lose. Oh, wait, we can just beta strike. Oh, no! Strike only does 4. Oh, we can brilliance. Okay. Alright, false alarm. We're popping him this turn. We're not taking 28 damage. We're vulnerable now, though, for one more turn. But we can just block for 13. Or we can block for 16, but he's attacking for more next turn. Although it's barely more. Because he attacks for 16 next turn. I probably need to just take the damage next turn and play Omega. So we can't play Cut Through Fate because we have a 1 in 6 chance of having Omega on top of the deck. So let's block with Vigilance and this thing. Alright, so we are taking 16 right now to develop Omega. This fight is going way worse than I expected it to, but we have to get Omega online. It's so good. Okay, so we are gonna pop him, no matter what. So I could go into Eruption and do extra damage. It doesn't increase the Omega damage, obviously. I have a pretty good chance of drawing Vigilance next turn, because either Cut Through Fate or Vigilance most likely gets it. And let's see, he hits for 10, so I would take 20, which is lethal. Let's see, so can I reduce the number of turns before Omega kills him from presumably 3 down to 2? I would have to do 61 damage to do that over the next 2 turns. So I would have to draw Cut Through Fate, Brilliance, Strike next turn. And that does, let's see, so this turn is Eruption, Strike, Strike, which is Eruption, so that's 9 plus 24. So that's 33 plus 24, so that's 57 plus 14. So yeah, we can reduce it from 3 turns to 2 turns. So we're either going to draw Vigilance and block out, or we're going to draw a bunch of damage. I guess it's possible that we draw like 4 defense and a strike, or like 3 defense and 2 strikes. Actually, 2 strikes is enough, because we're doing 33 this turn, and then we would be doing 24. If we add those together, that's... oh wait, that's not enough. Yeah, it seems like kind of an unnecessary risk, though. Because we're going to draw 10 block next turn, so we're pretty much guaranteed to... yeah, the only way we can draw less than 10 block is if we draw 2 strikes, Cut Through Fate, and Brilliance, and Vigilance, and then we Vigilance and take 2. So the worst case scenario is that we take 2, so there's no reason to take a big risk to try and get it done in 3 turns, or in 2 turns. Also, we can Third Eye right now and mitigate some of that risk, so let's do that. Let's just control our fate. We need 2 blocks, and these are them, so we can just... I'm fine drawing these 5 cards. I guess I'll shuffle away the strikes because they're bad, but whatever. Most of these decisions do not matter anymore. I did forget about his armor. So we do have to do 19 damage either this turn... Well, let's see. If we do 19 damage next turn, then he dies at the end of next turn. But I also have Protect Plus, so kind of come at me, bro, right? Like, he's going to do 16 damage next turn. I have the block for it. So I don't care about whatever you're doing. I'm not going to Cut Through Fate because Brilliance next turn is better than getting rid of a card right now. Okay, so we either Brilliance, Strike to do... Let's see. Yeah, that is enough damage, so that's no, it's only 18, we would need to do 19. So we'll just go ahead and protect plus, and we'll third eye it to filter draws for next turn. Draws for next turn don't actually matter because we've guaranteed lethal, so we just pass here and win. Okay. Pretty much the nightmare. That was like the worst case scenario in terms of like our card sequencing. We had beta on as the last card of the first shuffle, and still won pretty easily. Deus Ex Machina helps us do more stuff. So Deus Ex Machina means it's easier to brilliance on turn 2 after doing like card draw and stuff. It's also just like kind of nuts, especially if you get what's that card called? Master Realities is pretty good because it works with Alpha, and it becomes innate when you upgrade it, I think. So you play Master Reality and Alpha on the first turn. And then I think Beta Plus says put an Omega on top of your draw pile, and Omega Plus says do 60 damage. So it's like not a huge change, because usually by the time we get to Beta, we're going to do Omega next turn anyway. But it is a change. I don't know. I guess it's kind of a gets in your way a little bit. But Deus Ex Machina is crazy. 2 copies of Brilliance is also pretty crazy. 2 copies of Brilliance is like, hey, you can pick like Prey now, and it really increases your damage output. However, Prey kind of fights with the Alpha game plan in that, you know, it doesn't help you develop your win condition, and you're spending mana on things that aren't scrying, drawing, or Alpha Omega. So I think I'll Deus Ex Machina just to free myself up to draw more cards later. Oh, actually, let's see. It adds 3 mana and takes up 3 hand slots. It's kind of awkward. It makes some like really strange things happen, right? Where it's like if you have like 7 cards in your hand and you try to draw 2, or like draw 3. You know, if you have like an upgraded inner piece or something, then like if the first one is Deus Ex Machina, then you burn 2 of them. I don't know. I think that's probably fine. It's something you do have to be worried about, though. Okay, I have never seen this before because I usually replace Pure Water. 3 miracles. That seems way better than 1 miracle. I don't want to sacrifice getting gold. I do. So my general test for Ectoplasm is if you already have a win condition, then you can take Ectoplasm because you don't need to find your win condition. Man, 3 miracles is pretty nuts. So if we get 3 miracles, can we end up like our rate of being able to beta on turn 1 goes up by a lot. Calling Bell is also really good. We have lots of scrying and drawing already, so like Calling Bell works pretty well with that because you can just not draw the curses or the curse. But Calling Bell decks tend to be a little bit more awkward, and you know, the 3 relics we would get, like the most valuable relic we'd get is probably like Oddly Smooth Stone, which is just kind of like silly, or like Anchor or something. It's like those are good, but adding bad cards to kind of a thin deck is pretty bad. I'm pretty jazzed about Holy Water too. I didn't know that was an option. Cool. Yeah. So we'll take Holy Water, and yeah, we'll try to draw lots of cards on turn 1. Okay, so how good are we at Act 2 elites? I would say generally pretty good. Like all of them, you know, can attack on turn 1, right? Like Slavers, Gremlins, or Book of Stabbing. And we're definitely going to be good enough to block on turn 1. against slavers in particular, once you develop Omega, you just win, because like one of the slavers has more than 50 health. The middle one, I think, has 64, but the other ones like have around 50 health. So getting Omega up is pretty good against them. Same thing with Gremlin Leader. Obviously the Gremlins have less than 50 health, but being able to guaranteed clear all the Gremlins every turn without worrying about it is pretty good. The deck doesn't really do enough damage to clear Gremlins on turn 1, which is something that you want to be doing. So Gremlin Leader is probably the scariest. Book of Stabbing is also scary, since he will outscale our block. Our block does not scale. We're counting on blocking enough to get up to Omega, and then winning the game with that, not scaling our blocking. Okay, so we probably want to go to this shop. We have we have some money. So we go to this shop, we go to this fire and this elite, and then I don't like that if we don't want to fight this elite, we have to take a second shop, but I guess that's just the route this time. We could go on the far right, although there's no shop over there, and you have to do 4 hallway fights. Although, actually, the route that I'm talking about is also 4 hallway fights? Oh wait, no, I was talking about going this way, I guess. So it's got 3 question marks, so it's probably got 3 fights. Yeah, I think I like that route still. Oh, I was talking about going to the store, I see. So going to the store, so maybe 3 hallway fights, and then store fire. Really? I mean, going to a store and then going to a fire and then going to elite means you've got a really good chance to win against that elite. So I like those odds. Avocado is probably the hardest first fight. Wow, we have a lot of miracles in hand. So we're definitely going to alpha and defend and strike. We don't really have the anything that requires this much miracle-age. We're going to take a bunch of damage. That's kind of fine. We have meat on the bone, so eventually we're going to get down to wanting to get to 31 anyway. 55 is better than 43, and 43 is our max after meat on the bone. Also, we're going to have a lot of trouble getting like exact meat on the bone solutions because Omega is so binary, but whatever. We're winning fights and gaining health, so I'm not too concerned about it. Taking 21 does not put us to the healing threshold, so ideally we want to take slightly more than 21 over the course of the fight. Oh, sorry, we're only taking 16 right now, so we're nowhere near the threshold. We're going to spend 1 miracle just so that we actually draw a card. Okay, Horncleate's blocking out this turn. We have Beta, so we're going to play Beta, and then we're going to play Third Eye so that we can try and make sure we find Beta next turn. If we get rid of all of these, we are guaranteed to find Omega next turn, so let's do that. And then we need to spend 1 miracle so that when Protect and 4 miracles are retained, we aren't overdrawing. And I guess we'll strike with it, but it doesn't do anything. Alright, so we're going to Omega, and then Protect. Okay, so let's see. So this is our opportunity to try and get to exactly 31. So he is attacking for 14. We are at 39. We want to take 8 damage from his 14, so we want to block for 6. Luckily, we can do exactly that. We can just double defend, keep our Protect in hand. Seems good. Okay. Hey, look at that. Exactly 31. So he's at 53, so we need to do 3 damage. We can do a little bit more than that, so no big deal. Let's go ahead and just Eruption Strike just to make sure. Alright, great fight there. I mean, we did still lose 12 health, but, you know, we got into meat on the bone range. Cut Through Fate is something we're very interested in. It draws a card, it scries, it helps you get to beta. And we've got a ton of mana now with Holy Water and Deus Ex Machina, so we can absolutely afford doing some Cut Through Fating. It is a little bit awkward. We don't want to Cut Through Fate with any more than 8 cards in hand, Cut Through Fate being the 8th, because it's possible that drawing 1 card actually does 3 miracles. Although, I guess if you Cut Through Fate with 10 cards in hand, and you do take Deus Ex Machina, you're getting 1 miracle and shuffling 2 miracles into your discard, so like it's not a huge deal. Do we read the book? I think no. So powers are good. 0-cost powers. Generating cards in the deck is not that great. And then duplicating expensive attacks is not great. If we assume that we were gonna just like ace the next fight, and that we can trust Meat on the Bone to heal us back up, then like this is a free relic. That's a lot of trust. You know what? Like you have to take those kind of chances in order to succeed, though, right? And all these things are good. So let's see. We're spending like 20 health to get a relic, and then if we take no damage in the next 2 fights, we heal back up. I don't know. One of those fights is an elite fight. Right? Like we're doing this fight, and then I guess maybe this is a fight too, but then we have to perfect both of these. But then we get a free elite out of it. And honestly, like the Curse Tome rewards are better than most relics. So these are like some top tier relics for sure. Yeah, the Nightmare one is the doubles expensive attacks ones, because I don't have any expensive attacks. Yeah, this seems like an unnecessary risk. It hurts me not to take it though. The free powers one is really good. We can get Nirvana, which is super good. We can get Like Water, which is super good. But neither of those draw cards. And the one that generates cards is not that good either. Alright, we're leaving the book. Sad, but... Yeah, and this is not a fight we're likely to perfect anyway. Okay, so we're going to alpha, and we're going to defend... And then I guess we're just going to take 7. We can Brilliance. It probably doesn't do anything. I'm going to save my miracles. Actually, let's see. So if I draw Deus Ex Machina in the next 5 cards, then I'm drawing 7 cards for my turn, which is okay because I currently have 3. So Deus Ex Machina has 7 cards because it's 3 cards, but it is itself 1 card. So I think we're okay. Alright, we did not find either Omega or Deus Ex Machina. So we're, sorry, Beta. So we're still sort of like Third Eye Protect and hope we find Beta next turn. Yikes. So we're going to get rid of all of these, so that we can Beta and put Omega in the next set of cards. So this gets us down to 6 cards in the deck, and then Beta will be, or Omega will be in the top 2. Actually, they're probably attacking next turn, so I'm going to leave Third Eye, and then I can make decisions next turn about what I want to be in the deck. This also probably puts me in a position where I'm drawing Deus Ex Machina, so I need to be aware of that. Yeah, going into Vigilance is not super great. Do I need to protect here? So he's hitting for 12, he's hitting for 14, so that's 26. So we're taking 3 damage. If I don't protect, I have to spend a miracle. I think I'm okay spending a miracle. Oh, also we want to take 2 more damage. Shoot. And we probably need to take it this turn. Okay, so we're going to beta. And then they are attacking for 12, 18, 40. They're attacking for, wait, yeah, no, 30. So 12 plus 18 is 30. So they're attacking for 30. I want to take 2 damage, ideally, so I want to block for 28 if possible. I can block for 16, 25, or I can block for 17. So I want to block for 28 or slightly less. Each amount less is a health that I don't get back. Yeah, so blocking for 25 seems like the correct amount. Oh wait, I can block for 26 by doing protect and 2 defense. So if I block for 26, then I take 4, go to 29, and then heal for 12. Yeah, seems good. Yeah, it's not attack damage, so it doesn't get decreased. And even if it did, I could get this bird below 25. Boop. Alright, so we got like water. I like things that block, but like water, a lot of the things I'm doing are blocking and scrying, because a lot of the things I'm doing are third eye. Like water doesn't do that. And I actually don't end up in calm super often. I kind of do it when I'm forced to cast vigilance, which I don't really want to do. So we're not going to take like water. And these are both attacks, and I'm not attacking people. I will probably never take an attack again, unless it's a cut through fate, maybe. Let's see, are we still trying to go to the store? We've got a bunch of money. Yeah, I think we're trying to go to the store. Oh, wow. Free shuriken. It seems like this is a sapphire key to me, but I'll take the shuriken because I don't care about the heart. And maybe it'll matter at some point. Orange pellets jumps right out of the screen, punches you in the face, and says, "Take me." But I don't actually have, like, the only power in the deck is Omega, and I'm pretty unlikely to play a skill and an attack on that turn. I mean, I can usually because I have so many miracles, but let's see. So is the boss in this act debuffing us? He is. So we do want to take orange pellets to avoid debuffs. Let's see. Is there anything else we should be doing? There's another cut through fate here. There's just lucky. There's no nirvana. I think forethought isn't good, right? It's tempting because forethought is like a draw order manipulation card, and this is a draw order manipulation deck. So it sort of speaks to me, but then it doesn't work, right? Like, you'd have to draw it on the same turn as Omega, and then it makes Omega cost 0, is the only thing it does. Or you could cast it after Beta, and then you'd have, like, Omega shuffled in, and then the Forethought cards. But, like, it gives you -1 card draw, and it doesn't do anything to help you win the game. I think I'm going to take Orange Pellets just because it's just, like, such an insane card. But I don't know what I'm doing with it or why I'm taking it. So we could take Orange Pellets, Cut Through Fate, and then we can't afford card remove. So we could take Orange Pellets and card remove, and then we'd have 26 left, or 24 left, I guess. I'm not, like, super satisfied with this line. I don't really understand why I'm doing it. It's kind of just like such a knee-jerk orange pellets good situation. Like, okay, so I want to get, like, if I take orange pellets, I want to find fasting, right? Orange pellets and fasting are good friends. And fasting it comes up quite a bit. It's only an uncommon. So yeah, so I can, because I have tons of miracles, I've got a couple of attacks, and Dex is really good. So we're going to pick up orange pellets, and then later we're going to get fasting. And that's the way that we're scaling our defense. I've justified it to myself. We did it. Cut Through Fate, it has basically the same effect as card removing. Card remove just like gets a bunch of trash out of the way, and Cut Through Fate also gets a bunch of trash out of the way, but Cut Through Fate like does a little bit of damage while you do it. Card remove costs 0 mana later. And I already have 2 Cut Through Fates, so I'm not like super enthusiastic about taking a third one. Although I kind of am super enthusiastic about taking a third one. Taking lots of Cut Through Fates and then like having lots of miracles is like pretty fun, because you can just like miracle, Cut Through Fate, miracle, Cut Through Fate. Oh, here's my beta. Miracle, Cut Through Fate, miracle, Cut Through Fate. Here's Omega. You know, like we're not got that much mana, but like it's not out of the realm of possibility. You know, like we have. This is a 3 mana deck, but we also gain like 6 mana during the first shuffle. So it is theoretically possible to alpha, Cut Through Fate, draw beta, beta, Cut Through Fate, draw Omega, and then Omega all on turn 1. And that's a pretty unique property of Cut Through Fate. No other card is scrying and drawing. Is that true? Do other cards scry and draw? Okay, so how many scry cards? There's only 6 scry cards. Weave does not draw or scry, actually. Foresight doesn't draw. Third Eye doesn't draw. Just Lucky doesn't draw. Yeah, no other card scries and draws. So Cut Through Fate is pretty unique in its ability to filter your deck and then also let you develop win conditions, right? Like, it moves you forward in terms of turns. So is Cut Through Fate better than card remove? So I think it is. I think I'm going to take Cut Through Fate. I can just take Cut Through Fate as a card reward, though. Cut Through Fate is a common. I'll probably see another one. Card removing is something you can only do at stores, so the opportunity cost is fairly high. Plus, I could see a Cut Through Fate plus later, and that would be even better. But I could also go to a shop later. I don't know. Cut Through Fate increases the density of attacks in my deck. This doesn't matter yet because I only have the 1 power. Boy, this is a tough decision. Cut Through Fate can kill gremlins in the Gremlin Knob fight. I think that's a good enough reason to pick it. I think we're going to pick it specifically for Gremlin Knob. Okay. Alright. We thought a lot about it. We made the right decision. We're smithing here for sure. We don't really... Like, if we rest, we just get further away from proccing meat on the bone, and I don't think we're dying to any of the elite fights. So we're smithing. And we're probably smithing a Cut Through Fate. We never really play Eruption. We don't get that much marginal value out of upgrading a defend. Upgrading Third Eye is also pretty good. Let's see. So upgrading Third Eye lets you see through 2 more cards. Upgrading Cut Through Fate lets you see through 1 more card. So maybe Third Eye is better. Third Eye also blocks, which is more important to this deck than attacking. Okay, yeah, I'll do Third Eye. Alright. It is Gremlins, and he's got 2 fat Gremlins right away, which is very threatening. We didn't draw any Cut Through Fates, so we're going to have a hard time killing them. We can kill one of them with Brilliance Strike, but it has to be this one. So I guess that's the play. We are going to Miracle out a Third Eye here, for sure. We'll keep a Cut Through Fate and a Protect, and mulligan the rest. We're retaining 2 cards, which is fine. We did not find Beta, but we could find it with Cut Through Fate. We could go into Eruption right now, but we're not going to. because it's irresponsible and unnecessary. Although we could get a strength out of it. We don't really need the strength. I guess we'll do damage rather than not doing damage. There is a 20% chance of drawing beta if I mulligan both of these, so I'm going to mulligan both of them. It also doesn't cause a shuffle, because we will be left with exactly 5 cards. I guess it's not a 20% chance, it's a 17% chance, but whatever. We drew another Cut Through Fate, so this one is a bit sketchy. So if we Cut Through Fate now, then we either draw... okay, so this Cut Through Fate sees 3 cards, because it scries for 2 and then draws 1. If those 3 cards are specifically Defend, Strike, and Vigilance, we're in a really bad spot, because then we're drawing beta and shuffling, and then putting our Omega really far away. If we see either beta or Cut Through Fate, then we're super happy. If it's beta, we get to develop beta this turn, which is obviously great. If it's Cut Through Fate, then we get to draw beta. So the chance that these 3 are exactly the top 3 cards are 3 out of 5 times 2 out of 4 times 1 out of 3. So it's 6 out of 3 times 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20, so it's 60. So it's 3 out of 60, which is a 3% chance, approximately, 3.3, that these are exactly the top 3 cards. That's pretty low, and the upside here is pretty high. So we're gonna go for it. Wait, what happened to? Oh, I already drew it. I was gonna ask what happened to Deus Ex Machina, but we clearly already drew it because there's a ton of miracles in here. Okay. All right, we have to trust. Oh man, this hurts. Okay, whew. We drew Cut Through Fate, so now we're going to use it to draw beta. We will shuffle the Defend. There are better cards. Okay, and then we need Double Miracle and beta. And we're blocking out. I wish we could kill the Fat Gremlin, because these debuffs do hurt. But we get to Omega this turn, so none of them matter anymore. We could Miracle out some damage on the Gremlin Leader. We need to do 31 damage to him to reduce the number of turns that he takes. He's going to defend himself next turn, though, so it's better to attack him this turn than next turn. Although we are not weak next turn. But Brilliance does more damage than average, so I think it's worth Miracling out. Oh hey, now we're no longer weak. Okay, so then let's Cut Through Fate and look for more. We don't want either of those, and we will go ahead and Miracle out a Strike so that we get 1 strength. Cool. Okay, now we only have to do 7 damage, and we can do that easily. This decision doesn't matter because we have lethal. Boop. All right, good stuff. Preserved Insect is not exactly what we want. Cultist Potion, likewise, not really super good. But it's probably better than Artifact Potion, which we don't have any synergy with. Also, Artifact Potion's value goes down significantly when you have orange pellets. So let's discard that. Scrawl Plus seems really good. So Scrawl Plus, the way it interacts with miracles is just bonkers, right? So you can, if we have like 6 miracles in hand and Scrawl Plus, we can play all the miracles, go up to 9 mana, and then Scrawl Plus and draw 10 cards. So this is absolutely part of the deck. Get in here. Okay, so these guys all have more than 50 health, so I have a little side quest to get them all down to exactly 50 so that Omega kills them. But then we also want to Cut Through Fate to draw beta. Oh my god, we drew beta! Okay. We have approximately a 1 in 3 chance of drawing Omega next turn. If we do that, then we will also wish that we miracled out both of these strikes and hit this guy and that guy. because otherwise there's a possibility that one of them survives. I think if one of them survives, though, we'll probably have enough either attack to kill him or block with the miracles to survive his 6 damage, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh yeah, we also have Orichalcum, which I totally forgot about, because it hasn't been relevant since Act 1. Okay, so this is probably the Scrawl turn. So if we Third Eye, Double Miracle, and Scrawl, we get rid of the top 5 cards that aren't, what's it called? Omega. And then we go up to 4 mana and Scrawl. Being on 4 mana means that we aren't doing the extra damage to these ones. However, we are going to block out with Third Eye and Horn Cleat, so we don't really care. Omega's right on top, so no worries there. We'll get rid of all these. Oh, I should have kept an attack. Oops. So we're going to do that, and then I guess I'll do 2 miracles to try and draw, to make sure I draw an attack. I don't know. It's probably not necessary. Okay, so we're doing that, and we did get lethal this turn. This decision doesn't matter. Okay. This deck's crazy. Do I want another Cut Through Fate? Oh wait, I did buy it at the shop. Okay. There is such a thing as having too many Cut Through Fates, and now we have the Scrawl Plus. I think we've got a lot of ways of drawing cards. I think we're going to stay on this for a while. Same thing for Third Eye. Third Eye is really nice because it blocks for so much, but it doesn't. You know, scry. You don't want to be scrying for 5 twice in a turn because, like, the first scry told you the same thing the second scry is going to tell you. So I'm not going to take a third eye, which I guess would be a 9th eye, or I guess it'd be a 5th eye. Huh. I'm not going to take the 5th through 9th eyeballs here, and just lucky it's not good enough. All right, more energy. Okay. We had an off ramp here, but it forces us to go to a shop, and we don't really want to go to a shop, and we're fine with taking elites. These 3 hallway fights are a little bit dicey, because there could be stuff like avocado in there, which is pretty scary. But we've got meat on the bone. I think we'll survive. Tiny slavers. All right, so we're gonna alpha and Cut Through Fate to try and find stuff. I guess we're hitting you with the thought that, I don't know, we'll try and kill you. Do we take Protect and play Protect right now? I think we do, because we're getting hit for 29, and we can only block for 5. Okay, so then do we leave Deus Ex Machina on top? I think we also leave Deus Ex Machina on top, because we have lots of Cut-Through Fates, and we want to be able to charge them up. So we're just going to leave these cards alone. And then we're going to do this for sure. Do we also want to Miracle Out of Defend? It only blocks for 5, obviously. You know what, we should have gotten rid of the Deus Ex Machina. We have a Bottled Miracle, so it's not really necessary to try and maximize for mana. But for the same reason, I think I'm going to heal for 5 with that. We could drink a Cultist Potion right now. I don't know when the Cultist Potion is going to be good. It seems like if I drink a Cultist Potion, there's a possibility I kill him next turn. I don't know. Maybe I save the Cultist Potion for the boss, but like, this isn't a strength scaling deck. Although, honestly, it actually kind of is. Like, we have Shuriken, like, but we're kind of ignoring that aspect. Yeah, well, we're definitely not miracling out of strike this turn, so. Horn Cleat. Okay, so we're gonna Third Eye and try and find Beta. Where is Beta? Alright, we're just gonna get rid of all of these. Actually, Yeah, so if we get rid of all of them, we have 6 cards, and we have a very high chance of drawing. Actually, we're guaranteed, because those 6 cards contain Beta and a Cut Through Fate. So best case scenario, we draw Beta and then Cut Through Fate and draw Omega, and play Omega and win next turn. So let's hope that happens. So we're currently blocking for 23, which is not quite blocking out. This is also not quite blocking out. Oh, I should have thought about meat on the bone here. I think I did it just about perfectly, though, just sort of on accident. So they are attacking for 30 exactly, so I'm taking exactly 2 damage, which is exactly what I want, because I want to be at 31. So it seems like we're in pretty good shape here. I guess I'm going to strike for free. Alright, so now we just have to follow through on our threat of Beta and Omega this turn. Okay, so we can Cut Through Fate and get Beta, and then we play Beta, and then play Scrawl, and then play Omega. So I'm pretty sure we got it. So Cut Through Fate, we'll take Beta, and then Beta, and then Scrawl, and then some stupid miracles, and Omega. And we got it perfect. We're at 31. We killed the cultist. This is a great fight. Bam. Ceramic fish. We can take Wish and try and get more gold, but it's kind of clunky, and we don't really need more gold. We can take Sands of Time for like no reason at all, or Crush Joints, but none of these really fall into any parts of our game plan. I guess we could wish for 8 plated armor, which is significantly more than nothing. Let's see. At what point does Omega stop killing stuff? Does that happen in this? Like, even against like. Okay, so here's the kind of fight we're gonna have a problem with. Transient, right? Like he, attacks for 60, 70, and 80, and those are more than 50. So during those turns, we need to like block for 30, as well as already have Omega developed. It seems like we're getting Omega developed on turn 2 pretty consistently now. But then on turn 1, Transient is attacking us for, what, 40? So like Transient's a bit of an unsolved problem that we have. But I don't think any of these are helping us really solve Transient. So we're going to skip it. Alright, so we either want to take 0 or 12 damage this fight. Those are the best values of damage to take. Sometimes Snecko fight goes really long and ends up really pretty brutal. So I think maybe this is the fight for Cultist Potion. Although we're almost to the end, so maybe we just don't care, and we'll just throw away Bottle of Miracle or something. We'll take a second Cut Through Fate, because we have enough miracles to play Beta if we draw it. We drew it. Okay, so Omega can have its price randomized. That doesn't really bother me. We could get a Strength here by miracling out his Strike. Yeah, I don't see any particular reason not to. We're going to save the Cultist Potion, and then maybe we'll need Bottle of Miracle to survive this fight. Or to avoid taking any damage. We have Omega for 0, so that's something after all. So this lets us take 0 this turn, and then this shortens the amount of turns that Omega takes to kill him from 2 to 1, basically. So this decision doesn't matter because we have guaranteed lethal. Okay, good fight. We're not taking any of these. These are not doing things that we care about. All right, so we're gonna alpha third eye, and we did not find beta. We found another third eye, which I think we're gonna leave alone because we're gonna need block next turn. I don't think we need the Deus Ex Machina badly enough to keep it. We could keep the Cut Through Fate. Actually, I am going to keep the Cut Through Fate. You want Third Eye and Cut Through Fate to go together so that you can scry for a bunch and then draw the card that you scried for. And I guess I'll strike you because you're going to die to Omega. Oops, we retained a little bit too many cards. Oh, we actually we discarded Deus Ex Machina, so there was no way that hurt us. But I didn't actually think about it, so it doesn't count. Probably going to get to play at least Beta and maybe Omega this turn. So we've got Triple Miracle and Scrawl. So if we Triple Miracle Scrawl, then we draw, what, 4 cards? Let's see, 3, 6, 9. So we would draw 5 cards. Most likely one of them is Beta. So Cut Through Fate, we could Third Eye instead. So if we Third Eye, then we are guaranteed to draw Beta. We have to be a little bit careful not to shuffle. But then we're guaranteed to draw Beta. So okay, so if we Third Eye, Beta, Omega, we have enough mana for that because we have 6. So that's what we're going to do. And Scrawl, obviously. So Third Eye. Okay, so we're going to get rid of... So we're going to draw 5 cards, and then... Oh no, we need to fit in a Cut Through Fate too. Shoot. I guess we are developing Omega next turn. This didn't work out quite exactly like I thought. Okay, so we need to be really careful that Scrawl doesn't overdraw us. So Scrawl is going to draw... to a full hand. We're going to have 4 cards in hand when we do it, so we want to draw 6 cards with it. There's 9 cards currently, so we need to get rid of 3 of these. So we're going to leave these 3, Cut Through Fate, Vigilance, and Brilliance. I forgot about Dazed. And Dazed is actually a big deal because we're going to play 3 Miracles right now, so that would significantly impact our chances of drawing Omega. So I think we're just going to Scroll right now. And we didn't get it. So we're just going for Omega now. Or, sorry, Beta. So let's Cut Through Fate on you. Okay, we found Beta. So then we're going to Miracle out Beta. And if we Miracle out Cut Through Fate, is that a positive or negative thing in terms of finding Omega? So we can't do it because we can't play Omega this turn. Oh, actually we can, because we have Bottled Miracle. And there's not really a better opportunity to use it. So I have 4 mana if I need it this turn, so I'm going to Cut Through Fate and mulligan away both cards if they're not Omega. Okay, so now there's exactly 5 cards, so now we're guaranteed to go to Omega next turn. So we're in good shape. Alright, we are taking 18. We can block for 16 and take 2. We ideally would take 12 or 0. It looks like we're leaning towards staying near 0. Because let's see. So if we block for 16, okay, backing up. The options are either we take 18 or we take 2. If we take 18, we heal for 12. So taking 18 is the same as taking 6, and 6 is larger than 2, so we're going to protect. Okay, and then we just end our turn. Oh wait, we could have let Orichalcum go and then take an 18, which would have been exactly 12, and then healed for exactly 12. So we could have been at 43 instead of 41 right now. Okay, so we did find a potion. Hey, there's Weave. I sort of thought that Weave would be a neat idea a long time ago when we were doing lots of scrying and not necessarily playing Omega on turn 2, but now that we're playing Omega on turn 2 pretty consistently, Weave seems a bit silly. Although, we do have Shuriken, so Weave is going to do a non-trivial amount of damage if we're playing it, 7 times a turn. Let's see. So can this deck be like we develop Omega, and then after Omega is developed, what are we sort of transitioning into? And like, do you need to do that? Do you need to transition into anything? Like even Act 3 monsters, like Darklings have like, do they have like 60 health? I don't know. I feel like Omega still basically kills them. The only person that Omega isn't killing is like elites and bosses. And against elites and bosses, we basically just need to like defend ourselves while Omega kills them. And Weave doesn't do that. So I'm not going to pick Weave, even though it's super cool. I would definitely pick Nirvana, which is the other sort of Scry synergy. Nirvana is 100% in the deck if we see it, but not Weave. Is Bottled Miracle better than Attack Potion? I think it is not. I think we want Attack Potion instead of Bottled Miracle. We have had some turns where we're theoretically relying on Bottled Miracle, but actually, what are we using Attack Potion for? Maybe it's useful in this hallway fight. I think it's more likely to be useful in the hallway fight than Bottled Miracle is. Okay. Ideally, we take either 0 or 10 damage this fight. We're going to Alpha and Third Eye to try and find Beta as quickly as possible. We didn't find Beta, but we did find Scrawl, so I think we're getting Third Eye Scrawl. We don't really need to cut through Fate because we have Scrawl. And I guess I'll Strike. Ideally, we're going to do enough damage. At some point, the Mystic tries to heal. Okay, so we've got a lot of Miracles and a Scroll. So let's Third Eye first and see where we're at. Alright, let's go get Beta with the Cut Through Fate, cast Beta, and then Scroll. Okay, so we're casting Beta. We could draw exactly 4 cards if we didn't want to shuffle for some reason, but I think we're pretty fine with shuffling. I guess we'll just keep some of the Miracles, because we don't need to spend all of them. We definitely have to spend 3 of them. And that means that we're going to draw 6 cards. And we don't really have any, like, side quests this turn, so I guess we want to keep the maximum number of Miracles in hand. So we'll just get that shuffle. Alright, and we get to mill a Center Stain here. Cool. Probably killing next turn. Looks like... Same Time Plus is cool, but I don't need to do any of these things, so we're skipping. Second chance at Snecko here. So we should either spend a Protect or a Miracle. I think we're going to spend a Miracle so that we are not overdrawing if we draw a Deus Ex Machina. Okay, so we have Horn Fleet, so we're not too worried about blocking. We also have 0 cost Cut Through Fate. This is kind of a weird situation because Third Eye costs 3. So if we Third Eye and then... I guess the maximum cost of a Snecko Eye thing is 6. So if we Third Eye and Cut Through Fate, even if Beta costs 3, we're still able to play it. So let's do that. Alright, we found Beta. We're going to mill other cards so that we can get to Omega faster. And then let's Cut Through Fate and see what it costs. Costs 0. That's neat. We don't want to do the other cut through fate because we could end up drawing and being unable to play Omega. Alright, 0 cost Omega, that's neat. Does Snecko Eye count as a debuff? Because we get to purge it if we want. Assuming we draw an attack, which we probably will. We want to scrawl a little bit because we can't currently defend ourselves. So if we take exactly 10, then we're in good shape. We could take 11 right now, which is not bad. So we would end up healing for 1 if we took 11 for the rest of the fight. But let's just scroll and see what happens. Okay. So if we do 5 damage, then this is guaranteed to be the last time we get attacked. So we should protect and heal for 1, right? This is healing for 1. We're taking... If we protect, we're blocking for 16. He's hitting us for 11. We go down to 30 and heal up to 42. So yes, we do heal for 1. So yeah, let's protect and hit him for 5. And then nothing else matters. And it turns out that Snecko Eye is a debuff in this fight. It is considered a debuff. I wonder if you have Snecko Eye the Relic, and you are in the Snecko Eye fight, and he confuses you, and then you purge confusion. Are your cards' costs randomized? I don't know. He doesn't block here, so it doesn't matter. Wait, why are we taking 2 damage? Oh, we purged vulnerable. Okay, so now we don't want to take any damage. Because taking 2 would be silly and unnecessary. And I'll get a strength because I like being stronger. Alright, and then we just end the turn, kill him. Liquid Memories. We can use Liquid Memories to get back, like, Cut Through Fate or Third Eye. So we're gonna take that for sure. Alright, we've been holding on to this stupid cultist potion for forever. Do we want another Third Eye? I think no. I think we've got enough Third Eyes and card draw and stuff. We need to start upgrading our Cut Through Fates, but that's really all the deck needs. We don't want to add more stuff. Another Protect maybe, but no. Alright. We're definitely strong enough that we don't have to rest here. The only relevant upgrades now are the Cut Through Fates, so let's get them. Alright, we're definitely doing the stupid cultist potion. Alright, and then we're going to alpha. We can scrawl for a bunch right now, which seems good, right? So if we triple miracle and then, like, do we strike? We can scrawl. So we've got 6 mana, and we're drawing 7 cards currently. So that would leave 10 cards left in the deck. So currently, striking draws a card, and I think that's good enough. Okay, we did not find Beta, which is unfortunate. We did find Deus Ex Machina, so we got some miracles shuffled in, unfortunately. I think we're just digging for Beta as hard as we can. So let's do the... Oh, we can guarantee it with Third Eye and Cut Through Fate, so let's do that. There's Beta, so we have to mulligan these. We will... Let's see. We're actually going to mulligan Protect so that we're guaranteed Omega the next turn. So then we'll cut Through Fate to draw Beta. Get rid of those. Play the Beta, and now we can't Cut Through Fate again because we would probably draw Omega. And so we will strike to get the strength. And that's the end of the turn. Good to see you, Torchheads. Goodbye, Torchheads. Okay, hitting us for 25. Seems like a pretty reasonable thing for him to be doing. So we can block for 26. So let's do that. We could alternately try to take exactly 10 this fight, but we would have to take 9 right now, which is super awkward. Because then we'd have to try and take 2 later. So let's not do that. Okay, I guess I will go into Vigilance and strike a little bit. Okay, so we need to try and do 27 damage if we can over the next couple of turns. We also just need to block as much as we can. We probably want to Liquid Memories for a Protect here. Yeah, we do need a way to scale our defenses, huh? Because there's going to be more things like this in Act 3. It looks like we're on the Take Exactly 10 plan. So, if we can even pull that off. So if we Liquid Memories for Protect Plus, then it's 16 by itself. 25% less than 16 is 12. So we'd be blocking for 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 3 is 21, and we'd be taking 16 from him. So we're definitely doing meat on the bone this fight. And Cut Through Fate could draw us a strike, but that's not any good. So let's get that Protect. And I guess we could have shuffled and gotten a Cut Through Fate. In fact, we still can, so I guess we'll see what that looks like. I mean, we could get the Protect back, so... Oh, we did. So we can block for 30 and take 7. That's actually... If we take 7, then we're not healing. So currently we're taking... Wait a minute, we're taking 9 right now. If we take 9, we're not healing. Wait, what's happening? No, we're taking 19 right now. Yeah. So instead we can take 16 heal... Boy, that's just a lot of damage. Okay, so if we just defend, we take 16 and... Yeah, I guess we would rather not take 16, because that's just too much. That means that even after meat on the bone, we would not be healing all the way back up. So I guess I'll Protect here. And then we're actually not going to kill him, even though we probably could with Cut Through Fate. Because we want to see if we can take exactly 3 damage next turn. We're going to Third Eye to get rid of all these strikes, and we're going to leave these both so that we can have the defensive tools to theoretically... Oh wait, no, we can't do it. I was thinking about this wrong, because we just end turn and win. Okay. Well, whatever, our health doesn't matter a ton, and we kept it in the 31 to 43 range anyway, so... we can take another Deus Ex Machina. Honestly, it's a little bit annoying of a card, but it has been serving us well, and you know it lets us really turbo through the deck with Sprawl and Cut Through Fate and stuff. And turboing through the deck and playing Omega is pretty good. But like we've been getting Omega shuffled into the deck, and like pretty much been ready to go on turn 1 in these fights, and been absolutely playing Omega on turn 2. So like I don't know if we turbo more, is the deck gonna work better, or is it just gonna be more annoying through the second shuffle? I don't even know. Like, this deck is confusing. But like the first Deus Ex Machina was good. So this one's just like a redundant one, right? Okay, here's why we don't take 2 Deus Ex Machinas, because if you draw 2 Deus Ex Machinas in one turn, you're dead. You lose the game. So let's not open ourselves up to that. We don't need Diva Form, and we don't need Ragnarok, so we're skipping these. This is such a weird deck. Okay, so if we transform all strike and defend cards, A, all strike and defend cards are currently almost completely useless, and B, we have Toxic Egg, so any skills they turn into are upgraded, which is huge. So some of those would turn into card draw things. A lot of them would turn into things that were just like always scrying past. And some of them would turn into things that are like super useful during the like second shuffle, and we're trying to survive and wait for Omega to kill stuff. So I am always pretty hyped on taking a Pandora's Box. So Pandora's Box is good, right, in general. If you could just either choose to or not take a Pandora's Box at the beginning of the run, you absolutely should. Because it's much better than just strikes and defense, because the cards will do stuff. And maybe this stuff isn't super synergistic, but whatever. In this particular situation, we're at the end of Act 2, we have neither removed nor upgraded any of our strikes and defense. And like, maybe we get the Simplicity event, and the Simplicity event would be gobsmackingly good with this deck, because we would go down to 12 cards, and we would absolutely be able to Omega on turn 1 every fight. But we can't rely on getting the Simplicity fight. And currently, the deck is designed to shuffle past all the stupid strikes and defense. So it's not like it's going to get any worse at that if the strikes and defense get better. Plus, Toxic Egg is so good. Cursed Key is also worth considering. Obviously, Energy Relics are super good. We don't really need any more relics to like come online. We're already an end-game deck, basically. So Cursed Key just makes us able to turbo a little bit more consistently, get one extra cut-through fate in a turn, be able to Omega in a turn that maybe you couldn't before. So that's obviously super good. And then Empty Cage, means that we have to sort of scry 2 less cards through the deck. And we kind of get to pick the worst 2, which are obviously 2 strikes. Although strikes, we do have like Orange Pellets and Shuriken, so like strikes are not nothing. Okay, so this Pandora's Box also could help us find some like weird synergies. So like Mantra stuff is good because we have that one weird Brilliance that's still in the deck. It could also help us find fasting, which is something we're looking for, ways of scaling our defense. It could help us find more block cards, which the deck needs. It might actually decrease the density of block cards, right? Because currently half of our strikes and defense are defense, which block for 5. But you feel bad whenever you play a defend in Act 3. You're like, oof, this card does not do very much. Yeah, I think just because of Toxic Egg and because it's so PogChamp, we're going to do Pandora's Box. But Cursed Key is also really good. I think those are both reasonable picks. But we're already turboing through the whole deck really quickly. We don't really need help for that. We just really need help with the card quality of these. And both Pandora's Box and Empty Cage do it, but I think Pandora's Box does it better. At least with Toxic Egg. Alright, let's do it. Alright, what do we get? We got another copy of Alpha Plus, which is super bad, to be honest, because now they're both in our starting hand. So that's gross. We did get some more card draw. We got Sanctity Plus and Evaluate Plus. Evaluate Plus isn't really card draw, but it kind of is. We lost some block. So we used to have 4 blocks. Now we have a Halt, an Evaluate, and a Sanctity. Consecrate is kind of convenient because you can, if you're, ripping through cards with Scrawl, Consecrate gets out of the way. Foresight is good. It helps us get to Omega maybe a turn sooner sometimes. I would much prefer that Foresight was Nirvana, but, whatever. And then we have Master Reality. I'm not really sure if that's good or bad. If we upgrade it, it becomes innate. Um, but oh no, it doesn't. It just costs 0. Yeah, having 2 alpha pluses is pretty bad. I am not excited about that. I mean, you can, like, get 2 omegas, right? You can do 100 damage a turn, and, like, maybe that's what we should be shooting for, and it's, like, a way to scale up the deck, kinda. But I don't think so. Sanctity Plus is a big pickup, though. This is way better than a Defend. But we probably should card remove the second alpha, because that's really disrupting our opening hand. Although it is an extra power. We didn't get... Oh, Master Reality is power, and so is Foresight, so we got a little bit more fuel for orange pellets, which is something I didn't think about enough with Pandora's Box. Getting powers is really good. I really hate Indignation, though. Indignation is such a dead card. Because we're never in Wrath. So that's unfortunate. 5 vulnerable to all enemies is kind of neat, though. It's just such a big number. So I guess card remove priorities is probably Alpha Plus and then Indignation. The other ones are pretty good. Halt is, you know, it's like a Defend, but it costs 0, basically. And then Master Reality has some theoretical synergies with, like, Evaluate and obviously Alpha and Beta. And actually Deus Ex Machina, because those miracles do get upgraded, and that is pretty insane. Yeah, okay, well, that happened. So we got Donu Deca, that should be pretty easy. I guess the normal strategy of trying to focus down one of them, probably Donu, doesn't work quite as well when you're going into Omega, so you don't get that sort of turn off after you've killed one of them. But honestly, like, once you've killed one of them, the fight is mostly trivialized, so it's not really any worse to be killing them both at the same time. We have a bunch of money, so we could go to the store. That looks like a pretty decent route. We get two hallway fights, a store, 2 question marks, and a fire before the first elite. We could also just go, if we're feeling really bad, we could go to this fire and then go way over here and take a bunch of extra fires before our first elite. But then if we go over here, I guess we're not forced into a second elite. We can sort of escape through these question marks. But yeah, it doesn't seem like this is bad for any particular reason. Alright, got some shapes. So we're gonna Alpha and Sanctity to try and draw Beta right away. I guess we can Evaluate too, because we want to evaluate this turn. And if we draw the Insight, then we get to keep drawing. So we'll go ahead and do that. We got Consecrate, which is kind of awkward. Deals us a little bit of damage. We could... Oh, I thought we could make one weak. We can't. So they're attacking for 22, I'm blocking for 19, we're taking 3 damage. We're kind of in the, like, fluffy zone of health where we're above 43. We could play a second Alpha. Maybe we should have played a second Alpha, because then we would be more likely to find Beta. That's the way I did. Actually, I'm going to restart this this fight, and we're going to play both Alphas. We're gonna be looking for 2 Betas at once. I didn't consider that portion of the having 2 Alphas problem. So we're going to Evaluate still, but now we're going to play both Alphas, and then we're going to Miracle out Sanctity. Yeah, okay, we got the same thing anyway. We could Miracle out a Cut Through Fate, but then if we drew Beta, we wouldn't be able to play it, so I'm not doing that. Take a 3 damage, not a big deal. Okay, Horncleat is hooking us up. We already found Beta, which was way more likely because we had 2 Betas. So I think we're going to Beta 5x Miracle and Scrawl to look for... in fact, we can Third Eye with that and guarantee ourselves a Omega this turn. So we win. Okay, and then we Third Eye and get rid of... So we're going to draw 7 cards. So actually, we're not technically guaranteed to get it. Because we can get rid of 5 cards with third eye, and then draw... Oh no, we draw 8, so we are guaranteed. And there's a Mega right there, so it doesn't even matter. There we go. Then we can develop Master Reality. Stop. Fiends. Okay, weird new world that we live in, so maybe we don't want to remove that second alpha. Because it does make it more consistent. Okay, I don't think we want any of these. Obviously third eye is a consideration, but no. Okay, what do we got here? We could take strawberry. Strawberry is good. The main function of strawberry is that it increases the distance between meat on the bone, the range where we want to be, and 0, which is convenient. Wave of the Hand is good. It helps us block a bunch. We already develop lots of block, so being able to weaken things is pretty good against Donideka. I've been trying to figure out where I take Wave of the Hand for so long, and I think this is finally it. I think we're taking Wave of the Hand here. We could also take like Collect or Wallop or something. Theoretically, we have strength scaling for Wallop, which is pretty good. Let's see, what else could we do? We don't need this. We don't need that. Duplication Potion is kind of cool. We have a bunch of money, so we should probably just card remove something. Probably Indignation. We're not doing that. We're never playing that card, basically. And I have totally changed my mind on Alpha Plus, because like finding beta is the big problem that you're trying to solve with this deck. The beta turn, specifically. Getting beta on turn 2. And you're way more likely if you shuffle 2 betas into your deck than if you just do 1. So I've totally changed my mind on the second Alpha Plus. But that Indignation is hot garbage because we never want to be in Wrath. So we can definitely remove that card with prejudice. Okay, so Strawberry increases our max HP by 7. That would change our max from 62 to 69, which is nice. But then it increases our half health, the target health that we want to be at to get our highest health after healing from meat on the bone, from 31 to 34. So it only gets us sort of 3 health worth of distance from death. So I don't think Strawberry is actually super meaningful. Like Strawberry is best when you're like gonna need to rest at a lot of rest sites, but we don't need to rest because we have meat on the bone. So I don't think we're picking that. Let's see. We don't really need the vulnerable pot, so I don't feel too bad about throwing it away if you take duplication pot. This doesn't spend most of my money, but I think I'm pretty okay, like maybe going to another store later. There's a lot of question marks here, so maybe one of them's the store. I'm not gonna like go to this store. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna spend all my money. So we're gonna get rid of the vulnerable pot, we're going to take a duplication pot, and we're going to buy Wave of the Hand. And that's it. We could buy Bandage Up. Bandage Up is pretty good, but no. Alright, yeah, so they only have like less than 60 health. Okay, so we're going to double Alpha and Third Eye, and see if we can find a beta. We're going to leave Scrawl there, because Scrawl is nuts. We're going to leave Halt to go with Scrawl, because that's kind of a fun idea. And I guess I'll take Wave of the Hand too, because making them all weak seems good. I will Consecrate, and then I could Miracle to save 1 health, but I don't think that I will. I'm going to use Regen Pot in this fight, because this fight can go kind of long. And I'm afraid. we can get attacked really hard too. Okay, so if we wave of the hand and halt, then they stop hitting us so hard, which is really nice. And then probably we're going to triple Miracle and Scrawl. We could evaluate first, which I think we should do. So let's go ahead and evaluate, and then do a bunch of Miracles and Scrawl. Okay, obviously we found Beta. We can, let's see, if we Beta and Insight and draw Omega, then we can Miracle it out, but we can't Sanctivate because that costs too much. So let's go ahead and do this. Insight. Oh, we did it. Okay, so that is a turn 2 Omega. Nice. So it doesn't kill them, but we block out the damage, so whatever. And this time it does kill them. So we end up at full health. Neat. We could take another Cut Through Fate. I don't want to. We've got enough draws with triple Cut Through Fate and Scrawl. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, we're not taking any of these. Alright, we don't have any draw this turn, so we're kind of bummed. Stop, evildoer. Oops, we should have used a Miracle here, because if we draw that one card, then we're dead. Okay, so we can Wave of the Hand and apply a bunch of weak this turn. So we're going to do at least one of them. We found Beta, so we're going to Cut Through Fate and draw it. And we're going to mulligan the rest of the cards so that we can get to the Omega faster. Yeah, no eruption. Beta. And then we'll go ahead and coin out Third Eye, both to apply some weak and also to make sure we get to Omega next turn. We'll keep Evaluate and Deus Ex Machina, but mulligan the rest. Wait, we need to, yeah, if we get rid of 3, then there's 5 there, and then one of them's Omega. If we keep Beta, we could develop a second Omega, which seems good. Okay, let's keep that instead of Deus Ex Machina. We kind of need Deus Ex Machina to afford the Beta, so maybe we'll get rid of Evaluate? Yeah, because I think he's just strengthening up next turn anyway. Oh my god, Calipers triggered. We had so much block with Calipers. It never happens. Okay, so we're going to Omega, and then we can double Miracle Beta. And I don't think we want to Scrawl because we don't have enough mana to do it right now. But we can purge our debuffs, so get rid of those frail stacks. Alright. Let's see, so we can Protect to avoid taking 16. We can Protect Miracle Scrawl to look for more block. It looks like that's probably what we want to do. It's cool that we got a second Omega, but I don't want to play it. We could also Foresight to try and get more block on future turns. I think that's reasonable. It draws us an extra card now, so. Okay, so we can Third Eye. He's got enough weak on him, so I don't need to. This is a pretty good hand, so I don't really need to Third Eye necessarily, but I mean, it means that I only take 1 damage, so I'm just going to leave them all there. And I think if I Master Reality, then the Evaluate gives me an upgraded Insight, which is cool. So, although if I do 37 damage, then I kill him a turn earlier. And honestly, like, it's taking me quite a few turns to kill the Maw. You know, it's a 6-turn Omega Lethal. I think I'm more concerned with generating more block at the moment. I already looked at all these, he's fine. Oh, he's not attacking at all. Well, if we generate a bunch of block, then we can save some calipers, which I totally forgot about. We want to keep the blocky ones and get rid of the attacky ones. We don't need that. He has run out of weak charges, so we definitely want to keep Wave of the Hand. Okay. So we can protect and then force a shuffle immediately, so that seems pretty good. Although that uses all the mana. So I guess we don't force a shuffle because there's no point. Okay, so now we're actually going to switch and try to do damage. Oh, or we just Omega. So it seems like we're able to block enough. A little bit more wouldn't hurt, but I feel pretty good about taking elites. Act 3 question marks are pretty good. I don't want to lose my duplication potion. I don't really care about 120 gold, though. Yeah, I think we're never going to a shop again, so you can have all the money. Nunchaku, a little bit extra money, or mana. Let's go to this and upgrade one of my... Oh, right, there's a whole bunch of new options. I could do Master Reality to make it cost 0, which makes it better with Scrawl. And it makes it easier to get Orange Pellets triggers. Or I could Cut Through Fate. Take Cut Through Fate. Or Foresight. Foresight could matter. It goes up to 4, is that it? Yeah, it's pretty a weak upgrade. Yeah, I think I'll take the Master Reality upgrade. I think it's costing 0 is a pretty big deal. Alright, and then we're gonna go fight this elite. He's so small. Alright, so we're gonna double Alpha, and then Cut Through Fate, and hope we can find one of the betas. We'll take the next Cut Through Fate 2. And Miracle it out. Neither of these are the thing. Okay, but we did get a Strength charge, so that's neat. We could enter Calm by using both Miracles, but we are not going to do that. Oh, Horn Cleat. Never change. Okay, so if we evaluate Double Miracle Scrawl, we're drawing 7 cards. We could theoretically Cut Through Fate first, but I don't see any reason to do that. Alright, we found 2 copies of Beta. We could just play both. But then we have 2 Omegas next turn, which is just kind of weird. Yeah, but I guess that's... I mean, okay, so we're definitely playing 1. We have played no attacks this turn. If we play attacks, though, we do get closer to Nunchaku, which is something. We could also develop Foresight, which is pretty good. You don't really need to play Third Eye or anything. Attacks only do 1 damage right now, so they're not really super impressive. We can't play Sanctity or Insight. So it's really just Beta or Third Eye. I think we'll do another Beta just to have another Omega kicking around. Hopefully we'll be able to block for enough next turn. So let's go ahead and Insight first to see where we're at. Oh great, we got a bunch of mana. Okay, so let's go ahead and Omega, and then we're probably going to play both of these. So those block for only 35, or 25. Yeah. Well, he really hits hard. We could Duplication Potion the Protect. Or we could like look for more block with Third Eye. Yeah, we are really missing a way of scaling our defenses. Because you can only pick so many defensive cards. Let's get rid of that burn. And all the attacks. And Master Reality. Yeah, I don't think it's worth miracling out Foresight. Okay. So we're down below the line, so we will get healed. I guess we'll cut through Fate just to see what's going on next turn. And Evaluate Sanctity is pretty good. Oh, we drew Evaluate. Darn. Well, we have Wave of the Hand and a bunch of blocks, so I think we're going to be okay. Alright, so let's do that thing. We'll do Sanctity first, just to see what we're getting. And then Third Eye to hopefully get rid of some burns. We can put Halt on top and then play Halt. So we will Miracle and then Cut Through Fate to go grab Halt, get rid of that burn. Get some extra stacks of weak. We're taking more damage here though, so he's getting us, that's for sure. Alright, so here we are developing enough block to get out of the burns, and then that should be it. I'll get rid of the burn for sure. Alright, so we just need to block enough to get out of burn range. And then he dies. Deceive Reality is very good. It's not really a way to scale our block like what I was asking for, but it's a really good card, so I'm going to take it. Alright, this fight is definitely less hard than the last one, which is what you would expect because the last one was a boss fight, or an elite. So we're going to double Alpha, and then I will Evaluate and Miracle out of Foresight. Because we need to find that beta. None of these are beta. I will keep actually both Protect and Insight, because I need to both block and hopefully draw beta this turn. Okay, so we're going to Master Reality before we play beta, so we get an upgraded Omega, which should do 60 damage instead, I think. And then we're going to Protect, so we're walking for 30 and taking 7. 7 puts us on exactly 31, so we feel pretty comfortable there. We'll keep Wave of the Hand. We don't need another beta, and we don't need Eruption. Alright, so we found Scrawl, so now we can go and develop Omega Plus. And we probably want to Wave of the Hand also, so we're going to like Wave of the Hand, Third Eye. I guess we can Insight before we Scrawl, huh? We can just Insight right now. Or we could Scrawl and then Insight. That's actually the most draw. But just Third Eye and Scrawl is enough to guaranteed find Omega. The problem is Third Eye only blocks for 9. And we're on the perfect life total, so we would like to block all other damage this fight, if possible. So let's go ahead and Wave of the Hand at Third Eye. We found Omega. I think we want to draw Deus Ex Machina 2. And we can actually do that with Insight. We can draw them both. So we're going to double Miracle, and then Insight to draw the 2 that we really care about. And we're going to Omega, and then triple Miracle plus, holy crap, to get 6 mana to Scrawl, which requires a shuffle. And then we could play Wave of the Hand again, which is kind of weird. Okay, so we want to block for 30, ideally, because we're on the perfect health total. So let's block for a bunch. Okay, so we blocked for 30. We're going to play the other beta. And then we're going to Third Eye to look for it. Okay, we're going to play the other beta, Omega, next turn. So we're going to do 60 damage this turn, reducing him down to 130. And then next turn, it's possible that we Omega to kill him. Actually, I don't see how that's happening, because we need to block next turn. The 12 at least. I guess that Omega happens before Constriction? Let's find out. And we'll just cut through fate for fun. Get rid of the eruption. Oh my god. Well, we got rid of Constriction, so that's something. I guess if we mulligan really hard, we can find the other Omega again. So let's cut through fate first. Oh, we found the other Omega. But wait, now I can't afford it. Man, this deck is really awkward on the second shuffle. Okay, so we'll keep Deceive Reality so that we can get a safety in hand. And then I guess we'll play these 2 for no reason. Although we do get 2 block retained. We have 4 energy this turn because of Sunflower, so we're going to be able to Omega Safety. We don't need to do anything this turn. It doesn't matter. None of this matters, because we can just block and kill him with Omega. Okay. None of these scale my defense, so I'm skipping them all. Fine. Okay, so the new total is 36. Do we need to rest? Are we taking the conservative line or the aggressive line? I think we're taking the aggressive line. Another relic couldn't hurt. We don't really need it for Donideka, but whatever, we're greedy. But it seems like smithing is sort of overly greedy. Actually, so let's smith at this one, and then at the next one, we'll rest if we need to, still. And obviously, I think we're taking a Cut Through Fate upgrade. Triple Jawworm, okay. We have turn 1 Scrawl, so that should be fun. Double Alpha, triple Miracle, and then draw 8 cards. We could evaluate first, and then we draw 9 cards. That seems good. Okay, we got Master Reality and Beta, so that's pretty good. And now we can't cut through fate because the top card could be Omega, but we can develop a safety and play an unnecessary Consecrate. Oh, we got 1 extra mana because Nunchaku, so we can Third Eye and make sure we get Omega. Omega will kill next turn, I believe, so I think we are done. Oh, it looks like they are all blocking enough. They don't die super awkwardly. So if there is an attack here, which there is, then we can Omega and then hit each one of them once. So we're gonna triple Miracle Plus, which is crazy, and then get each of them once. And then let Omega do its dirty work. Oh, Omega was hitting for 60, I missed that. We can Empty Mind. I don't think so. We don't have enough ways to enter stances for that to be good. Alright, we didn't take any damage in that fight, so I think we can Smith again. Is there another fire after? There is. So I think we're going to take the last Cut Through Fate upgrade, finally. And now we've ascended to perfect form for Tiny Head. Tiny Giant Head. Okay, so we're going to Alpha twice, and then Sanctity. Hopefully draw a Beta. Didn't draw a Beta, but we did draw a Foresight and Evaluate, so we will do that. As well as Consecrate, just for funsies. Hey, we found Beta. We don't really need Brilliance. Let's see. We can Cut Through Fate because he is not attacking, so we're going to Beta, and then let's see. If we Cut Through Fate, there is a 4 out of 13 chance, which is like slightly above 30%, that we draw Omega right now. Oh wait, we can't draw Omega right now. That would be bad. So we don't want to Cut Through Fate right now. So we're going to Third Eye to maximize our chances of getting it next turn. We'll keep Deus Ex Machina. No, actually we're going to mulligan Deus Ex Machina. If we get Master Reality before Deus Ex Machina, it makes it way better, so we'll do that. We'll keep Halt. Actually, we won't keep any of these, because if we keep any of them, we're doing that at the expense of potentially playing Omega. So we're going to just move the whole thing. Okay. Do I want to keep Master Reality? So with Insight, if I'm keeping 7 cards, which I am because I'm getting rid of Ascender's Bane, then I'm guaranteed to get Omega. So I guess I'll keep Master Reality, because why not? Okay, I can also Scrawl to go get Omega. But there's not really any reason to want to do that. Let's see, I'm struggling to come up with reasons for doing anything this turn. I think I'm going to save Scrawl. Scrawl is a big source of power in the deck. And I don't really need it this turn. So I'm just going to go and get Omega. And actually, we can just double Miracle and put an upgraded Omega on top of the deck, which would help us burn down Giant Head. Yeah, might as well. No, I'm going to save it for protecting next turn. Okay, we're going to keep Scrawl and Evaluate and get rid of Cut Through Fate. Okay, so now he's actually attacking us. And I'm realizing that 50 damage return is actually not really enough against Giant Head, so I probably should have gotten the second Omega here. Or Duplication Post Note. I would do the first one. Let's see. So we've got Evaluate plus Protect that blocks for 26. We can do that and then also Scrawl to look for more. Which I guess we'll do. And we'll Consecrate and double Miracle as well. Okay. So we have Halt, so we'll do that. And then Beta puts the upgraded Omega here, and then the Deus Ex Machina is going to give us a ton of mana to work with next turn. So I think we're going to want that upgraded Omega. And we can do that and Deceive Reality to not quite block out, but almost. So let's do that. But it also develops his safety, which is very nice. So we're currently retaining 2 cards, Insight Plus and Safety Plus, and we're going to be drawing 5, one of which turns into 2 more, so 7. Okay, we will keep... we're going to dump Third Eye so that we're guaranteed to draw Omega. Okay, so we have Wave of the Hand and Safety to get rid of most of the damage. We can also Vigilance, but that's going to be all the things we can do. Oh wait, that's more than the things we can do. Oh wait, no, we've got tons of mana. So we should probably be inciting as well. So let's start with these things that we know we're going to want to do. Okay, so if we're doing 110 per turn, then ideally we can do 56 damage and kill him basically after this attack, right? I don't know how we're doing 56 damage exactly, either this turn or next turn though, so I'm not super hopeful about that. Let's shuffle an extra Insight in, and then Insight draw some cards, and then let's do the other Insight that we just shuffled in. Okay, so we have Cut Through Fate, which does 16 damage right now, which is nowhere close to the 56 we wanted to do. Although we do have 2 turns to do the 56 damage, so we don't have to do it all right now. If we're going to do that much damage, we only need to block this turn. We don't need to block it all next turn. So let's see what Cut Through Fate does. We can get another Cut Through Fate. But I do need to do some blocking, so let's go ahead and do this block. And then Brilliance does more damage than Cut Through Fate, so let's do that. And now we only need to do 15 damage next turn, which seems pretty doable. With Cut Through Fate and Consecrate, I think we get there almost by itself. I forgot we had Sundial. It would be nice to set up Nunchaku. Oh, we can't really do that because the next fight's a hallway fight. So we can't set it up for the boss, at least. We can definitely still set it up. Okay, so the Meat on the Bone range is currently 36 to 48. So we don't get any advantage for taking unnecessary damage. So let's not do that. Let's take the Brilliance because it finishes him off. Okay, great. Good fight. Pow. Centennial Puzzle is interesting. We are not going to take the Snecko Oil. Oh wait, they improved Snecko Oil by a lot. I think that's better than Attack Pot now, because drawing 5 cards is really powerful. Okay. Meditating, Crescendoing, and Pressure Points are not things this deck is doing. So, no to all those. And it's Spaghetti Monster! Ah! We have no way to draw other than Snecko Eye, so I guess we're gonna use that Snecko Eye right now. But we will shuffle some Beta Pluses into the deck. Very exciting. We probably want to do at least one of the miracles before we Snecko Oil because it can make them cost non-zero. And in fact, I think we want to do all of the miracles. Actually, we're going to Consecrate too, because that's a pretty bad attack. So let's see if he can do something a little bit less damaging. Okay, so now we have 3 energy and he's only attacking for 12, so I don't feel like... I'm definitely going to be able to play a card, and we're probably going to draw a blocking card. So I'm just going to Snecko Oil. Well, but then these miracles are going to be expensive later. Yeah, I'm just going to use all the miracles now, because there's no point in having their costs randomized. We didn't draw any blocking cards, like I said that we would. We did draw a Beta Plus. It does still shuffle it, huh? Wait, what is the advantage of beta plus over regular beta? Does it cost less or something? Oh, you can't see that. Ugh. UI. I mean, it's not like obviously terrible to have the miracles get sneckoed because they could cost 0, but yeah, it was probably not a good idea to let the miracles get sneckoed. But hi, Hoddington. Thanks for lurking. Gee, I guess we're cutting through Fate and looking for cards, but honestly, maybe we just let him hit us for 12, because letting him hit us for some other numbers is kind of scary. But we have, you know, multiple cut through Fates, so maybe we're able to find something non-disastrous. Scrawl seems good. Yeah, so now he's hitting us even harder. So if we beta and then scroll, we can draw the Omega. It doesn't really seem like we need Omega this turn. It seems like we need to block this turn. So let's see if we can find some block. Deceive Reality is block. Yeah, Beta Plus does cost 1. So now that we know Beta Plus is there, maybe we just leave all of these and scroll and play them all. Because they're all good and they're all things we want to do this turn. Uh-oh, he is cursing us though. Well, that's no good. We gotta cut that shit out. Oh yeah, we should have scrawled because we already knew what these cards were. I will only keep 1 third eye though. I don't think I'm gonna need 2. Maybe I do need 2. Okay. So we're gonna scrawl. And then do the cheap Beta Plus. Let's see, so if we scroll, we're going to draw 6 cards, and there's going to be 2 left in the deck, so we're going to be guaranteed to get Omega the following turn, which seems good. I forgot about Deus Ex Machina, of course. We somehow do not have Wave of the Hand in hand. It's one of those 2 cards. That's unfortunate. So I think we can still block for 27 probably. We can Sanctity and go draw Wave of the Hand if we want. And I think we do want. So we're going to go ahead and use this Miracle Plus to make room in hand. We're going to draw that Sanctity. Play this Beta. Maybe we should have played Omega this turn instead of putting it on top, but... and then we've got Wave of the Hand and Halt. Okay, so now we're only getting hit for 18, and we can develop Safety and block out. We can either develop a second Omega, or we can go into Calm. I think both decisions are reasonable. He's not going to be not attacking next turn, right? Like, he attacks every turn, pretty much. It's possible he's attacking for a small number, and we do have 4 weak on him, so it's probable that we can block. We don't have Happy Flower or anything coming up to give us extra mana next turn. So I think we're just gonna... So the problem with going into Calm, thinking about that giving you value later, is that the only way going into Calm gives you value is if you then change stances. And the only stance that we can practically change to is Wrath, and the only way we can do that is playing a 2 mana attack, and so it doesn't actually get you any mana. So really the question is, do we want 2 Omegas or not? And I don't... He's only got 150 health, so like a second Omega, you know, shaves a turn off maybe. But I don't think I'm going to do it on purpose. I will go into Calm just because I guess it develops some weak, and it also could theoretically give mana. We obviously want to keep that. Okay, so we're getting hit for 28. Did Horncleat just go off? This is the second turn? Jesus. Okay, so we're going to Omega and then probably like Miracle Third Eye or something. Yeah, Miracle Third Eye Halt. Takes 1, but basically blocks out. I guess if we're going to Miracle, it does give us 2 mana. Also, we're only 1 above the range of healing now, so if we just take a heal instead, let's see, so our heal threshold is 36, and we're currently at 49, so we would want to take 13 damage if we want to take damage. We're currently taking 14 damage, which is a pretty convenient amount of damage. So yeah, let's just retain that Miracle and plan on healing, because we'd heal up to 48, so we're really only taking 1 damage, although we're taking sort of 1 extra damage too, since we're going below 36. But I think it's better to not halt than it is to halt. Oh, that's right, we triggered Centennial Puzzle. So now we're going to way overdraw. Oh wait, no, we're gonna overdraw 1. And he is currently cursing us, so I'm gonna prefer attacks over other things. Why does this cost 0? Oh, does the... Oh, I didn't... Okay, so the new Snecko Eye permanently changes the cost of the cards in your hand. Huh. I guess that's how regular Snecko Eye works too. Wait, is he cursing again? Or does it not change before I get to see what this decision is? That's pretty odd either way. I don't really need more weak Celtic Sanctity. Yeah, oh no, he's not cursing it. Okay. Alright, so we'll just block now, because we have won the fight. Okay, and then, yeah, this doesn't matter, and we just pass. Cool. Okay, so now it's boss time. We're not doing any of these. We could Deus Ex Machina. I have the same argument against it as before, though, so I don't want to take a second Deus Ex Machina because drawing them both on 1 turn is kind of a disaster. We could Smith, but like, there's nothing that wants an upgrade at all. Like, we're getting 1 extra Scry for Foresight. Is that really better than getting 21 health? I don't think it is, so I'm going to take the health. Just to turn this almost certain victory into a more likely victory. We can wave the hand and get rid of all their artifact charges on turn 1, which is pretty cool, but I think it's more important that we develop our win condition. So let's go ahead and do some alpha stuff. I like killing Donu first, but it probably doesn't matter. But we did actually find Beta right away, so we'll play Beta, and then I think I'm going to Miracle out Ace to see Reality, just because this is a lot of damage going in. Okay, so we're going to Duplication Pot Omega, we're not going to forget about it. Thanks, Horncleat. Okay, so Master Reality is free. We don't have any debuffs, but they don't debuff us later either, so we're going to do Halt now, because we don't have Wave of the Hand. All the cards in my hand are kind of expensive, so it's hard to find my way to a good scroll. So I think I'm just going to... So I can't cut through Fate because I could draw Omega without drawing Deus Ex Machina. So I think we're just going to block this turn. Oh, but that's awkward because I can't Sanctity either without drawing Omega. I guess it's not a huge deal if I draw Omega because I do have another Beta coming up, but it would cost a turn, and that turn seems pretty important. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to Third Eye and make sure that I draw Omega next turn. Ideally both Omega and Deus Ex Machina, although I can't technically control that because it's 9 cards. So we see just Deus Ex Machina, so we can get rid of these 4, and then there are 5 cards, so we're guaranteed to draw both Deus Ex Machina and Omega. Nice. Okay. And then he's hitting us for 30, so we could Safety to block for 3, but that seems wrong. Yeah. Okay, so retaining protect and safety is fine because we're going to draw 7 cards. So we're gonna this is a little bit slow. Turn 3 Omega. Not really what I was hoping for in this fight, but whatever. Duplication Pot and Omega. So we're doing 100 damage a turn, and see how long they can survive that. I think it's time to break out the Protect and Safety, because we're taking 30. Let's see. We could purge debuffs this turn, but we don't have any debuffs to purge. We can only retain 5 cards, but we only have 5 cards with retain. We could cut through fate to draw 1, but we have to spend 2 miracles to do both safety and protect, so we might as well just do those. Oh wait, we only have to burn 1 miracle because it's a miracle plus. Okay. And then we'll purge debuffs for no reason. Those dazed are pretty damaging here. We'll keep Wave of the Hand because we never did get through their artifact charges, and Halt is good with it. So is Sanctidate. We don't really need Brilliance. Yeah, I think we're gonna be like that. We're taking some damage here, for sure. Although it looks like the fight's over, so let's see. Yeah, these numbers are both less than 100, so it doesn't really matter what I do. We have 1, but I will Wave of the Hand because I want them to not finish the fight with artifact charges. And I guess I can make a second beta. Here, let's see if we can go get another Omega. We did. Great. Kapow! Alright, so we beat Ascension 18 on the first try, so that's neat. So tomorrow we're going to go and try and get the very last Ascension before Ascension 20. And once we get to Ascension 20, we are going to be doing Heart, so it's going to get quite a bit harder. But we want to get that Ascension 20 Heart kill before we, I don't know, either move on to another game or, yeah, I don't know. People who are watching the stream now are probably watching because they like Slay the Spire, right? Because I've been streaming Slay the Spire. And so I'm not really sure if I want to like get into a Slay the Spire loop where I'm like alternating through classes and trying to do A20 Heart runs, or if I want to change games after doing a Watcher A20 Heart. Probably I'll do both a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be the stream for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.